of your favorite coaching questions? Is there any that stand out?
Oh, this is funny. Okay. Um, there actually aren't. So there's a couple that when we first sit down, this is again when I first meet somebody and like it's that meeting where like they could beg me to take their Amex and I'm not going to swipe it. Like we're not doing that in our first session. We're just like talking. And
Okay.
like there's like this same 4 or 5 questions I'll ask to understand where they're at, where they want to get to. I love asking the question of, hey, if you're going to call me in 3 months to fire me because everything has gone so great and you are absolutely elated, what has to be true about your life and this entire topic for you to pick up that phone in 3 months and call me? Because that's what I want. I love that because you just get people to like almost dream about this outcome that their present brain doesn't think is possible. But in this question, they're like, oh, Tarik, I wish I could XYZ. I love that one. I do love the fear relationship one because that comes up a lot. I think that flow of like understanding the board of directors, understanding what it's trying to say, understanding the gap from 1 to 10 of current state, what you want to get to, that game people really tend to like. I actually have a post about that next week because I just want to like get that out there and be like, yo, like you can use this now or in 10 years. This is how I love walking through any fear. But in my initial coaching sessions, Natalie, like with peers, I used to have like a sheet next to me of my favorite coaching questions. And what started to happen is I was too preoccupied with asking the right question, and it kind of took me out of the present.
Mm-hmm.
I think the number one change I've made in the past couple of years is I am just rolling with it. And I don't mean I'm winging it. Like we have a structure, we know what we're trying to get to, we pick our goal for the session, there's purpose behind all of it, but I don't find myself leaning on a bank of questions anymore. I'm just trying to be as in the moment as I can. And I've also, you know what, I'll change how I ask questions based on who I'm talking to. Because I'll think about the 6 people right now. Like there's someone who is going to be way more analytical. There's someone who needs a bit more time before they answer. There's someone who, if the question is more than a couple sentences long, they'll start thinking, so I got to keep it shorter. Like, I care more about tailoring everything to what I know about this person's mind by the time I get to session 2 or 3 than I
Mm-hmm.
do about favorite coaching questions. But this might be controversial. Like, maybe I should have a bank of 10
No,
or
no,
15,
I
but
think you're
yeah, yeah, yeah.
absolutely right on.
Yeah.
Intuition is where I always tell people there is no such thing as a powerful question. It's only how it lands on the person,
That's a great
right?
point. I like that.
So, but I do have a couple that I know I love
Yeah.
because they do challenge people to step out of their usual ways of thinking.
Mm-hmm.
And like my favorite right now, and it changes.
Yeah.
My favorite right now is if you were to fast forward 5 years from today, you're 5 years older, 5 years more experience, 5 years wiser. What would that wisdom have for you right now? And it really helps people step out of their like, because what we do is we just get so like narrow minded, we get
Yeah.
caught. I always think of the experiment with I think it's the ants where they draw the circle around the ant. Did you ever see that on YouTube?
No, I haven't. Tell me
So
more.
the ant's wandering aimlessly, and then they draw a circle with a felt pen on a piece of paper where the
Okay.
ant is, and the ant is suddenly confined by the circle. Can't see it. I think it
Wow.
can smell the ink,
Yeah.
so it smells the circumference of the circle,
Yeah.
and it stays in the circle until it takes like enough of a step where it realizes, oh, it's not a boundary. And so it starts wandering again. Then the person will draw another circle around it and it will stay stuck in that circle for a bit until it realizes, oh, I can break that boundary. And I feel like that's what we're doing in coaching. We are breaking down the boundaries that people put around themselves or these invisible circles that keep them stuck. So
Yeah, I love that. I gotta look that up. It's so cool to see these things play out in nature too, right?